Mexico is a fascinating country. It's home to some of the most incredible monuments on our planet, and some of these belong to the Mayan civilization. When we think about pyramids, many of us will immediately think of the Great Pyramids of Giza, structures that have for years created debate among archaeologists and researchers. However, the argument could be made that some of the most impressive pyramids actually belong to the Mayan people. Various civilizations like the Mayan, Aztec and Olmec built impressive pyramid-like structures, some of which are still being uncovered today in dense jungle regions. It's incredible to think that such large structures have gone undetected for so long. It just goes to show that we still have a lot to uncover and learn about in regards to our ancestors. Maya and other ancient ruins have intrigued people for years. Archaeological evidence has shown us that this civilization started to build their structures around 3,000 years ago, and every year archaeologists and researchers are able to uncover various treasures from these locations, helping us to better understand their way of life. Interestingly though, in recent years a number of amateur finds have been presented, which seem to suggest that these ancient civilizations may have had help. I've recently covered this topic in a previous video, but since then various discoveries have been made, in which amateur archaeologists said they discovered strange artifacts close to these sites. As of right now, professionals have criticised these amateurs by saying they could be damaging the region, and that they shouldn't be removing things without having permission, further saying that these discoveries do not match up with other artifacts that are found in the region. They say they don't like amateurs digging in the region because it can mess up their records, saying that they like to keep a close eye on what comes out of the region, and this helps them piece together what was going on thousands of years ago. When you start removing artifacts, it makes it harder to track what's going on. Regardless, various amateur archaeologists have taken it upon themselves to dig in these regions in the hopes of finding ancient treasures, and in some cases amateurs have claimed to have stumbled across artifacts they didn't expect to find. These can go for big money in underground markets, and are big enough incentives for these amateur diggers to risk getting caught. One interesting discovery that was recently made, however, started to raise eyebrows, and this is because the artifacts in question didn't resemble a human, but rather that of an extraterrestrial. The artifacts were published to various online groups, stating that amateur diggers had found an underground complex that had many of these strange artifacts. It's said that one of the first people to have discovered these was a man back in March of 2017, and he detailed that he discovered them inside an underground cave complex close to Veracruz. One of the first things you'll notice about these artifacts is that they don't seem to match typical discoveries made in this region. Various different images were published online, and many of these show what look like UFOs and extraterrestrials, causing some to question whether more of these artifacts have been discovered, and are we being kept in the dark about them. As mentioned before though, information on these finds are limited, but the amateur archaeologists have said they were digging in the region when they made their finds. One researcher who allegedly has ties to these amateurs has said they don't want to give away too much information about where they're digging. One, because it will help them get caught by authorities, and secondly because they don't want people to know about the spot where they found these artifacts, as they hope to return and find more. One of these amateur archaeologists have said there's a lot to these underground chambers that haven't been excavated by archaeologists, and that inside them you will occasionally find these strange artifacts. Others who've seen these have said that perhaps others have been found by mainstream researchers, but aren't being shared with the public. Others carried on from this and said that every so often these strange artifacts will come to light, and that the amateur researchers who found them are usually silenced before they can come forward with their discoveries. It's for this reason that some have suggested that something may be going on in this region, and that officials don't want these discoveries being shown to the general population. Some of these amateur researchers have said they were approached by supposed archaeologists in the region, and asked whether they could take their artifacts and get them tested. When the amateur diggers handed over the items though, they said they never saw them again, and when they tried to contact those who took their artifacts, they were unable to reach anyone, or get an answer for what happened to them. Researchers have said that recent discoveries only give us a small glimpse into our history, going on to say that over 98% of our ancient history has been lost. Ancient carvings and structures can give us an idea of what certain civilizations were capable of, and there's some within the archaeological community that disagree of how advanced certain cultures were. Following on from these images, similar looking photographs were shared to ancient archaeological groups, once again claiming that amateur archaeologists found these artifacts while digging. One report states that the artifacts were discovered during the building of the Mayan train. Currently, construction work is underway to build a large railway in Mexico. The construction began in December in 2018, with various people coming forward and saying that strange discoveries have been made in the area. These mysterious artifacts were discovered in a region known as Quintana Roo. There's no other way to describe these artifacts other than they look like extraterrestrials, possessing big eyes, a large oval head, and just matching the overall shape of a grey alien. This has had social media users convinced that these are the real deal. Not everyone was so impressed with the findings though, with one Mexican archaeologist saying that these are fakes, and that although they were allegedly found with other Mayan artifacts, it's thought they were placed here in order to make the findings seem more genuine. So what do you make of these mysterious artifacts found in Mexico? Do you think they're real, or do you think they're just fakes? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.